I don't think I've ever done 3 takes on a demo review before, but here we go. What's up, guys? Mr. SLIN here with another video about competitive Team Fortress 2. I'm talking really quickly because it's the 3rd time I'm recording this. I'm doing demo reviews for you guys on my channel, and today's demo comes from WillyG, who is a UGC-Steel player who posted a Koth Bagel demo review. I haven't done a Koth Bagel one yet. For those guys who might not be familiar with the map, it's a standard Koth map, but it's kind of growing popularity on the competitive scene. Right away, looking at the stats for this match before we get into it, 3 and 18 for Nightflower, who really struggled. Everyone else kind of having middle of the road stats. Actually, Milo Tea Leaf going 20 and 13 is pretty good. So you had 6 deaths in 4 rounds. That's actually pretty solid as a medic. Their medic had 3 deaths in 4 rounds, which is marginally better. But let's take a look at some of the decision making that came into play when you played this game. All right. Yeah, it's just... I had to record this 3 times because I just kept messing it up somehow. Like the first time I tried to do this intro, I didn't have the map downloaded because it's a new version of the map. So anyways, right away, missing arrows like this is really, really bad. Typically, the pocket soldier should just stand still to make your life easier. And having your pocket like walk around like that, it can cause you to miss. So that's a little bit frustrating. You have the right idea here in standing top left. And I love how you backed up to the health pack. That was a really great surf. But you guys are down a couple players. You've backed out of the situation. Watch out for that scout there. Nice, nice. Okay, good recovery. I think you overall had a decent middle. You guys actually have a 2-man advantage. So you should immediately look to push and retake the point as soon as possible. Looks like the game is paused right here, so I'm going to try and fast forward through the pause. Okay, here we go. So you guys should immediately look to push. And looks like you guys just lost Benjutsu. Okay, looks like they've got 6 players up. You've got only 5 players, so you're going to wait. The longer you wait, the worse it is, because in King of the Hill, it's all about the timer at the top. It's all about how much pressure they're exerting on you by that timer ticking down. And if the enemy team gets about a minute ahead of you, that's actually a very big lead. So when you're losing like 1 player at a time like this, it's really bad. But you guys have a 2-man advantage right now and a perfect opportunity to begin the push. You guys exchange the Ubers, which is really, really smart. And then you guys need to just realize that it's 6-on-4 and you should just push right in. So everyone on your team should just be flooding into this fight, pushing forward together. I love what I'm seeing here from you guys. Looks like there's another pause. They're struggling to get 6 players into the server. But that's exactly what you wanted to be doing with that Uber, was exchanging the Ubers and then chasing them in. I think you could have been a little bit more aggressive and you might have been able to kill their medic before he could escape. But still a good victory on this team fight for you guys. They only ended up with like a 20% Uber advantage too, or 30%. So this is actually pretty good for you guys here. What I'm looking to see is that as a UGC-Steel medic, I want you to improve your mechanics so that you have really, really strong fundamentals. The fundamentals as a UGC medic will carry you very, very far. So what are the fundamentals? Number 1, constantly be healing. You always need to be healing someone, and you want to position yourself in between 2 people so that as soon as you top somebody off, you can immediately begin healing the second person. Okay? So you want to put yourself in between 2 teammates pretty much at all times. Good Uber pop here. Let's talk about that for a little bit. You guys popped a little bit far away from them, and that's why you're not able to chase anybody down. The other problem is that you didn't include a scout on that Uber. And scout is the best cleanup class in the game. And the scout's weakness is that he has a low health pool. So by Ubering scouts, you're directly countering the scout's weakness, which is that he has a low health pool, by making him invincible. So you want to include a scout on your Uber if you're popping second in these situations. The scout will just like run forward and kill everything. It's amazing. You guys have a couple kills here. The timer's finally ticking down in your favor. Unfortunately, no one was with you to help you kill that soldier. So not really your fault. but that could have been a little bit better. One of the things you notice is that you're crossbowing in these situations. When you're crossbowing, that simply means that your team is not within healing range. And that's usually a bad thing. So you either need to go towards your teammates or tell your teammates to come towards you. In this situation, you need your teammates to come towards you because they need to protect you from that soldier. So the communication, you just need to communicate your team. Hey, I'm backing up. I'm playing back left. They could bomb me any moment now. Help protect me from the soldier. 10% Uber advantage for you, but because they have capture, you need to just begin fighting. That's exactly what your team's doing right here. I really like this approach. You've lost your demo man, which is actually really awful, and you guys are backing out. One of the things you need to know about King of the Hill maps is that when you do not have control of the middle point, so when the red team has control of the middle point, you have much faster spawns. Look up at the top of the screen right now. Your demo man who just died has an 8-second respawner, and the enemy scout who just died has an 18-second respawner. That gives you a 10-second power play where it's going to be 6 players versus 5 players. So when a couple of your players dies like this, your teammates are running back to you because they're trying to stay alive, but there's actually no point in doing that. There's no point in your teammates staying alive because they're going to respawn in 8 seconds, which is very, very fast. There is a point to you staying alive, obviously, because it takes you 40 seconds to build Uber. So you need to get out. And maybe you probably need like 1, maybe at most 2 players with you to protect you. But if you grab a scout, you're going to run super fast, get out of there. Everyone who's not you and that one bodyguard should immediately try and die. And when I say try and die, I mean die as quickly as possible while trying to accomplish a goal. The goal should be kill something, kill the medic, force the Uber, but die immediately. So you have basically, if you look up at the top of the screen, 2 players that can go on a suicide mission right now. The reason why you want them to die immediately is because if they take too long to die, they're going to be on a different respawn wave. So you want them to die as soon as possible so that everyone respawns at the same time, so you can be a full force of 6 pushing in on that 6-on-5. Because in 8 seconds, you're going to have a 6-on-5 power play. So I'm just saying you could have taken more advantage of this by having teammates dying like instantly. And that would allow you to potentially get a kill and create like a 6-on-4, or maybe like they have no medic or something. So yeah, I think usually your soldier should be the one to sacrifice. In the positioning that Kaito is right now, I'm actually being able to see him through the wall. He's probably going to take too long to die because he's at full health and he's not very close to the enemy. So he should actually back off in this situation because he's already killed the scout. You also have an Uber advantage, so you want to start grouping together as soon as possible so you can begin to push into middle. Because you want to group up together and push into middle as soon as possible, you should run all the way back to the spawn door and crit heal your soldier and your demo man. You might think that by playing right here, you're going to be able to get into middle faster once your teammates respawn. That's not the case because your soldiers need to wait for your soldier and demo need to wait for a buff before pushing. And crit heals gives your players the heals the fastest. So you should run back to spawn and crit heal your teammates, then push up together. So the general effect should look like something like this. If I can draw this on a paint diagram here. Okay, so imagine the red team's over here. I'm going to do a really bad bagel drawing, but it looks something like this. And there's like a wall situation here, and you're here, right? So the second you're losing players, I'm gonna draw a number of X's. Okay, so it's just pure theory crafting right now. So let's say you lose this guy. Okay, these 3 players should suicide and die immediately. These 2 players, which is you and a scout, should back up. While you're backing up, this scout should be using the Boston Basher to build on you. And this scout should also be looking in this direction and this direction to make sure you don't get flanked and die while you go for the suicide. So these 3 players should immediately die. Maybe getting kills if they're lucky, but it's okay, just die. And then these 2 players back all the way up to spawn. You don't want to be holding here because there's a chance that you get flanked. So you want to immediately back up to spawn. These players will respawn, 2, 3, 4, and then you crit heal everybody and then just do a rollout together as a team. And then push 6-on-5 into middle and hopefully win. Does that make sense? So you could have had a chance to not only build your Uber advantage to even something even bigger, but you could have had an opportunity to quickly buff your teammates and push up together as a team. You should be going for the push right now because your Uber advantage... Sorry, I'm speaking too quickly. You should be pushing up together right now because you have Uber advantage. I also noticed that you didn't bring a scout in on this Uber. And remember how important it is to bring scouts on the Uber. The other reason why it's so nice to bring a scout on the Uber is because it makes you run faster. And you're able to cover large amounts of distances very quickly if you can heal a scout and get that extra bonus movement speed. So when your pocket soldier Benjutsu jumps super deep, you should grab your scout and catch up to him. And then your scout soldier can maybe get some kills that way. All right. Couple seconds left in this round. You guys didn't really net any kills with that Uber advantage. But you should be pushing up. Okay. And you guys capture, which is really good. You guys also have a very large Uber advantage, so you typically want to go for a forward hold here. A forward hold on this map means like most of your team on the right side, denying the right side, and then like 1 or 2 players on the left side on the flank. But you need to push right up to the doorways and hold off the doorways because you need to stall for a full minute, which is a lot of time. And oh my god, Milo's doing exactly what you need to be doing right here. Oh no, but you popped Uber. And I think you realized your mistake as soon as you popped, because you popped and you looked into this doorway, and that's like the worst feeling in the world. When you pop, you look at the doorway and you're like, oh man, there's nothing there. So you need to have a little bit more faith in your demo man that he could like trust him to stay alive, because now that you popped Uber, they're going to come right into you. And you need to take the risk and let your demo man die, because look at the timers. The red team just needs to have 1 successful push and you lose. And now that you've given them Uber advantage, they're going to have that 1 successful push right into the point. There's nothing you can do to stop them because they have very large Uber advantage, and now they're going to capture and win the round. So unfortunate there. I also think that you need to have more players on the right side, not just your demo man by himself, but if you had a couple more players there to help him out, that would have been better. Also, think about the geometry of the map, and think about the way that teams roll out. So you have 3 doorways, right? I'm just gonna, for the sake of labeling, I mean, I'm gonna draw it like this, but it's not that simple. But yeah, this is door 1, door 2, and door 3. You need most of the people on this door, because this door is the closest to the point. The point's over here, so this is the closest to the point. This one's really far away, so if you're holding here, you can see these guys from a mile away. So you need like 2 or 3 people locking this doorway down, maybe like 1 or 2 people looking at this doorway from here, and then everyone looking at this direction, but you can hold this one passively because you want them to come out of this doorway. Think about what they want to do. The fastest way to get to middle is this way. So you want to shut this one down and you want them to come this way. So if they come out this way, that's exactly what you wanted. So everyone should be focusing over here. Make them come out this way. Cool. All right, second round. Okay. Good stuff. I also want you to emphasize healing your scouts much more. Remember what I said about scouts having very low health pools? By healing them more, you're countering their primary deficiency. Also, think about your soldiers. Your soldiers want to jump away from you. Your soldiers want to jump onto high ground. They want to jump into like places that are away from you. So you shouldn't be putting that many heals into your soldiers at a certain point in time. A team fight typically looks something like this. Step 1, everyone pushes, right? So you can heal whoever you want in step 1. I don't really care. Step 2, the middle part of it, heal scouts demo. That's the cleanup. And then number 3, heal everyone again. So in the middle phase is when the soldiers typically jump, right? So you heal everyone, you heal everybody, then people jump away from you and stuff. Scouts demo is where you should be healing the most. Primarily scouts, but sometimes demo. Because if your demo man dies, things kind of start to fall apart because your demo man is really, really strong defensively. Scouts also very strong defensively, so you need these guys to clean up the kills. At the end of it, just heal whoever's hurt. So it should just be the kind of ebb and flow of like healing everyone, then healing scouts demo, then healing everyone again. So right now you're in the heal everybody phase, right? I'll point out when phase 2 begins. So see how, oh, look at their forward hold, by the way. Look at the red team's forward hold. See how nobody's over there and everybody's over here? This is exactly what you should be doing on the forward hold. The red team's playing this perfectly. Look at this. Look how many people are on this doorway. Look at this. Look how many people are on this doorway. And look how many people are on the left doorway. Nobody, right? Because the blue team wants to come out of the right side, not the left side. But by stacking this many people over here, the red team is forcing you to come out the left side. So you guys should just do it. You guys should just rotate over there. But yeah, I digress. Okay, they Uber. And then you Uber. I'm not quite sure what you guys Ubered on. Your demo man was pretty healthy, and you're pretty healthy too. So you probably didn't need to pop so early there. Okay, so this is the Scouts demo phase, right? But now your Scouts and demo man are full. So you need to think about healing everyone else again. Okay, perfect. Right, so now this is the heal everyone phase. And then as soon as your soldiers start jumping in, that's when you go to phase 2 again. So you guys should be looking for a push here, because you can't stay here forever and let the timer tick down. So there's a lot of indecisiveness right now. I mean, it's UGC-Steel, I kind of understand. But guys need to make a decision. Just decide to do something. It's okay to make mistakes. So just pick something. Go left or go right. There's only really 2 options. Try going left. If going left doesn't work, try going right. No one's even trying to go right now, and trying left is clearly not working. Okay, okay, so at least you tried. At least you tried to go left. So going left doesn't work. So now you know next time you should go right. So you need to wait for the respawners. This is the same thing I told you earlier. Remember, back up to spawn. Heal everybody in spawn. Crit heal everyone. Perfect, perfect. Okay. And then push back up. So again, left side, not working. So you guys need to understand like the scientific method. The scientific method, I think it's like hypothesis, testing, and then like evaluation or something like that. I don't remember how it works, but it's like the hypothesis is if I go left, we'll win. You test your hypothesis, it's clearly not working. So then you come up with a different hypothesis, right? And yeah, left is clearly not working. So you guys need to try right. You just need to at least try it. So even if I wasn't here to tell you go right, you guys should be able to deduce on your own that going left is not working. You guys shouldn't just like try going left over and over again, insistent that it's going to work. But that's kind of what I'm seeing right now. Okay, we're trying it again, but this time with Uber. So you guys pop Uber in, right? So this is phase 1. Now phase 2, heal Scouts demo. Where are your Scouts? Nobody's with you. Oh god. So that's partially your fault, but like also kind of not your fault. You need to work with your teammates so that in the middle phase, that phase 2, you have Scouts next to you. And that's the problem that you had right there, is you had no Scouts next to you, so no one was able to help you protect you. See, this is perfect. You're healing your Scouts. This is amazing. That's great. That's what you want to be doing. Okay, I think I've seen enough of this demo to provide you with enough help. Number 1 advice that I give you is that framework that I gave you. Heal everyone, then part 2, heal Scouts demo, then part 3, everyone again. The second thing I want to tell you, practice the scientific method. Try one thing. If it doesn't work, try something else. Don't be afraid to be wrong. Don't be afraid to try things. But don't like bash your head against the wall doing the same thing over and over again. That's never going to work. And then the third thing is look for crit heals. I didn't really see that too much out of you. So if you don't know what crit heals are, look up what crit heals are. But basically, when someone's been out of combat for, I think, 10 seconds, right? If someone's been out of combat for 10 seconds, they're going to be able to heal twice as fast. So look for people who haven't been damaged recently and try and heal those people first. Okay, that's all the tips I have for you for this video. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.